Good morning. So, what do you expect if your case is going to go to a jury trial? So, in criminal cases, you typically have a jury trial. Now, you can have a bench trial, which means the judge is the one that decides whether you're guilty or innocent, but it's not recommended. Now, in a jury trial, the first step is picking a jury. You'll pick a jury from about 30 people that they give you, and you have what's called peremptory strikes, where you can strike somebody for any reason. There's also cause challenges. But remember, the prosecutor has these same challenges. So there may be somebody you really like that you want on the jury, but the prosecutor strikes them. Now, once you pick your jury, you go into opening statements. Opening statements is basically giving the jury a overview or a synopsis of, hey, this is what you're going to hear. This is what we believe we're going to show you. And then witnesses get called. The prosecutor gets to go first. They put on all their evidence. And then when they're done, you can put on any evidence you may have, which includes your client testifying, any witnesses they have, things like that. And then once all the evidence is presented, you do closing arguments, which is you're summing up for the jury. Hey, this is why my client's not guilty. This is why the state can't prove it. And it really is a time to hit home all the issues, all the mistakes in the state's case, the holes in their case, lack of evidence, conflict in the evidence, things like that. And then but the problem is the state for closing arguments gets to go first and last. So you're in the middle. They get to put on an evidence. You go, then they get to follow up and rebut what you said. So it does put us at a disadvantage slightly. However, that's a trial. And then the jury comes and they deliberate. All 6 or 12 jurors have to come to the same decision. And as long as they find you not guilty, the case is over. If they find you guilty, then unfortunately the next step is the judge will determine what your sentence is. If they cannot come to a conclusion, and maybe, 2 think you're guilty and 4 think you're not guilty, or whatever it is, then it's a hung jury. And the state can either try you again, or they can drop the case, or sometimes work out a better plea deal. But that's a jury trial, essentially. It's not an easy process. A lot goes into it. And it's a really tough decision that you have to make with your lawyer as far as, do I reject a plea offer? Do I go to trial? That's for you and your attorney to decide. It's not a perfect system. Innocent people do get convicted. Guilty people get found not guilty. It happens. But it's the best system that we have, and it's as fair as it gets.